What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to this episode of Confidence Factor Talk. You already know what time it is. My name is Rudy LaRose, and I am in the building. As always, present. I'm here. I'm engaged. I'm involved. I'm excited. I'm glad that each and every one of you representing all the way from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Yeah, it's your boy. Where are you guys? Where are you guys working? Where are you guys watching from? Where are you guys representing? What city are you representing? No, not the city that you were born in, you kind of know but don't know, or not the city that you don't want people to know, but I'm talking about the real city. I'm talking about where are you watching from today. Make sure you put it in the comment section so that we know who you are. If you're watching us on Facebook, you've got to put StreamYard as part of your Facebook. Otherwise, we have no idea who's commenting. So, do me a huge favor. Right here below, see that? www.streamyard.com/Facebook. It's going to allow us to know who's commenting in the comment section. As well, if you're watching us on YouTube, welcome to YouTube Live, baby. Glad to have you. If you haven't had a chance, make sure you watch the other shows and you put hashtag replay if you're doing that. And of course, everything we're about to talk about tonight, we talk about it at heart level. Shout out to John. What's up, John? We see you, man. Thank you for last week. He was amazing. Make sure you check out that show. But everything you see we talk about is at heart level. What does that mean? It means that we are having conversation that will lead to transformation. We are men, heart level conversation. We're pulling off the veil. We're exposing some things to y'all fellas and some ladies watching, so that you know, in this entrepreneurial game, if you will, hey, we go through it all, man. We go through it all. So without further ado, I want to get this show started because we have a very, very important guest tonight. We had some VIP in the building. We see jerseys in the building. I have no idea who's commenting because all it says is Facebook user. So make sure you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and add your StreamYard to Facebook. Make sure you do that, guys. So without further ado, I want to bring on the fellas because we have an amazing show for you guys tonight. We have a special guest waiting in the backstage for us to come on and bring some incredible value tonight. So first up, on back, none other, my brother from another mother, Mr. Bobby B, in the building as always. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Today is a great day.
Yes, sir.
And it is the best day of my life. You can't do nothing with yesterday because it's gone. You can't do nothing with tomorrow because it ain't promised. So all you ever have is today.
Right.
And that's why today is your great day.
Oh.
And it is the best day of your life. Yes. What's up, good people? Yo, put it in the chat. Heart level. If you're feeling the vibe for tonight, I promise you, we're going to go for a nice ride. This is going to be a dope ride tonight. This is a sweet, luxurious, elegant, smooth. We're going to take you, transcend time, take you to another level ride. That's the kind of ride we roll. That's how we roll tonight, man. And we might be in the spur. I don't know if we're in the spur.
That's the fine spur, baby.
Okay. Bring your boy in.
Hey,
Let's
listen,
see. I know he want to ride too. Your boys
want
to ride too.
In every car, you have all kinds of people. You got the driver, you know what I'm saying? You got the guy who's taking care of the music and the sound. And then, of course, you got the guy who's telling us where to go. You know what I'm saying? You got the guy who's putting in the framework so that we know exactly where we're landing. And without that guy, GPS might not be enough. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the O, make noise for the professor in the building, Mr. Darian Hill. Guns blazing. You know what I'm saying? Guns blazing. I'm here hiding the guns, man. He got the guns blazing.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, Lions?
Oh man, wonderful, sir. Wonderful.
I'm in the building.
Somebody feeling the orange shirt.
I'm in the building. Listen, I'm excited to be here for another Confidence Factor Talks. Welcome, Lions. We appreciate you guys to be a part of this community. As you know, we're here to empower the lives of over 5 million men to do what? To pursue their purpose, their passion, by developing what we call their confidence factor. As my man Bobby, of course, Rudy has already mentioned, we're here to have heart-level conversations that lead to what? Transformation. Transformation. So listen, we're having a special conversation tonight. It's all about how to master your craft for success and happiness. Listen, in everything that we do,
we keep it heart level. I think I have an interruption, Darren. I think I have an interruption.
Go ahead.
Yeah, somebody's about to pull the plug on our live right now. So,
listen, hey,
yes,
I was setting it up. I was setting it up.
Go ahead.
I was setting it up, man. Come on, man. Listen,
you bring them on. I'm not responsible. You bring them on, bro. I'm not responsible.
Listen, hold on. I was setting it up. So tonight we're having a special conversation. It's all about how to master your craft for success and happiness. And listen, you can't master any craft unless you have a producer. You know what I'm saying? You can't master your craft if you don't have a producer. So, of course, we can't complete or start the show without our producer, the producer, Mr. Lamont Gwen. Bring him on, fellas.
LG.
What's up, fellas? You know, one day I'm gonna be a part of the regular lineup. You know. One day I'm gonna be a part of the regular lineup. No, I'm just joking. What's up,
like
fellas?
all the singers showing up on the stage, and the last guy's like, "Well, I'm still backstage, fellas. Hey, fellas, where you go?"
Yeah. Man, this is a great day. I'm so happy to be here, and I love this community. I love you, fellas. So yeah, this is a great show.
Appreciate it. Listen, we're here to have fun. We're here to transform. We're here to share some value. As you guys know, like I said, we're here to have part of a conversation that leads to transformation. So all the fellas who are tuning in, welcome to Jersey's in the building. We have John that's in the building. Thanks for being here. Blessings to you, brothers. You know, appreciate you. I missed you last week, but I heard it was fire. You supported the community. You shared some great value, and we honor you. We appreciate you, man, for the gift that you brought to Confidence Factor. So thank you. So all the people in Orlando, everybody that's tuning in right now, if you're watching us on live, put hashtag live. If you're watching on the replay, put hashtag replay. We are going to transform. Get ready for a proper conversation, a transformative conversation about mastering your craft for success and happiness. Right? Whether it's in your business, whether it's your personal life, ultimate goal that we're trying to get to is success, happiness, and of course, fulfillment. Right, fellas? Absolutely. So listen, one of the key things here that we believe in Confidence Factor, we believe in the SMART principles. And, you know, we're talking about mastery tonight. And in our SMART principles, S-M-A-R-T, that's right, S-M-A-R-T, is number one, all about self-mastery. How do you get to levels of confidence factor? How do you, as the Dr. Love Jones, you know, a big dude in the community, man, doing big things. He's in New Jersey right now. How do you level up? Number one, you have to have a self-mastery. That's the first thing. You got to invest in you. We're all first investing in the foundation, which is you, then everything crumbles down. So you got to make sure that you're investing in the self-mastery. The other thing, of course, that we're big here in this community is all about accountability, having the support that you need to help you to move forward. How many times have you guys, you know, said you had to want to goal? You have a specific goal you're trying to achieve. Maybe it's in your personal life, maybe in your business. Maybe you want to write that book. Maybe you want to start that business. Maybe you want to up level in what you're doing right now, but something holds you back. Or maybe you find yourself not taking that consistent action. With having levels of accountability and a support and a community will help you to get there. In fact, the training and development society says that your odds of you getting to your goal increases by 95% when you have accountability in the community. And so that's what Confidence Factor is all about. We're here to help you to achieve your goals, to unleash your riches. And last but not least, of course, we talked about self-mastery, we talked about accountability. But listen, if you're going to build a house, if you're going to build a business, if you're going to build your life, you got to have the right type of information. You have the right tools. So the resources and tools are important. And that's what we're doing here as part of this Confidence Factor Talk to bring on experts, to bring knowledge and resources to you so you can level up and implement the things. Notice I said implement, execute on the information that we share in this community so that you can get the results that you truly deserve. So we're pretty excited, man, for this conversation. We're talking master your craft, because everything starts with mastery. So fellas, what's been going on, man? What's been going on? You know, of course, in this community, it's been fire. I've seen some of the conversations. I'm seeing some of the connections, some of the things that the fellas been doing. Talk to us, man. How's the week been going for y'all?
Man, it's been an excellent week so far. We're on Tuesday? Yeah, man. It's been fire. It's been fire. It's
been fire.
Yeah, it's the last 7 days have been really have been pretty productive, and to see some things and shifts happening, you know, especially because of being a part of this community. So it's been a great 7 days for me.
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You know, I had the honor of connected one of our Confidence Factor brothers today for lunch, and I can tell you, fellas, what we're doing here is so important and critical. You know, as we talk about the lid, you know, fellas out there feeling a little bit lonely, they're feeling a little bit isolated, they're feeling like they don't matter. I mean, talking about getting to levels of success, at the same time as they get to higher levels of success, that lid comes in. They're feeling lonely and isolated. And I'm telling you that this community, there are people in this community right now that are looking at us and saying, man, I appreciate what you guys are doing. So I just want to give, you know, big props to each one of you fellas, Rudy, Bobby, Lamont, Javon, you know, all the fellas in the community who's contributing, because, you know, our presence where we show up is definitely making an impact. And we want to thank, of course, all the guests who have come in the past and contributed to this community, to contribute to all the men's life, because listen, the reality is that there's not a lot of places that's supporting, you know, masculinity right now. It's not a lot of places that's supporting we as men. And so we've come together to create this space to celebrate, not just tolerate, celebrate men in their achievements, in the steps towards their desires for their goals, and of course, create a space. So with that, one of the things as I wanted to tell everyone about, if you haven't joined our Unleash Your Riches, okay, if you haven't joined our Unleash Your Riches mastermind, I want you guys to go over to confidencefactor.com. That's right, confidencefactor.com. Okay. Now here's a reality. If you want to level up in your life, if you want to have a direction towards your goals, you'd certainly want to be a part of a process, right? You want to be part of a process. You want to be part of a community of people that's going to support you towards whatever goal that you're trying to reach. And so check out confidencefactor.com. Check out what we're doing with the Unleash Your Riches. And riches actually stands for relationships, income, contribution, and community, health, education, and spirituality. Because there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. And our riches actually leads to wealth, right? Right? We are looking at the whole aspect. It's not just only about the money. It's about the whole man. What are your levels of investment in your relationships? Of course, your income. What are your levels of contribution right now? Looking at your overall health. As we know, your health is your greatest wealth. You can't produce energy, then you can't convert anything into money, right? Money stands for what? My own natural energy yield. So you can't get a yield if you're not investing in continuously expressing one's energy. If you don't have your health, guess what? You can't express one's energy, which means that you can't manifest money.
Yeah, Darren, you know, and it's what you're saying is so powerful, because, you know, with this Unleash Your Riches, you know, one of the things I know for me, how this has been so useful is, one of the things I used to do is I used to bounce all my ideas off my wife, right? Like all of them. So my relationship used to get very clogged with the ideas, you know, that entrepreneurial spirit that we have, right? Oh, I got another idea. So, you know, that accountability that you're talking about, this is what that space is for. It's to be with the like-minded people, so you can say, hey, man, I was thinking about this. And somebody could say, okay, not that it's a bad idea, or, oh, another idea, but hey, how can you know, maybe you can try it this way, or what are your ideas behind it, or what's your plan, or what's your process? And, you know, just be able to brainstorm. So, you know, when you talk about those relationships and what riches mean, you know, for me, I always relate to that immediately, because that was one of the biggest things. Now I can leave my relationship for my relationship. If I want to inject something, I can, and I don't feel pressure to feel like, okay, I need to try to, see if this makes any sense with my wife when we're supposed to be watching TV. You know what I mean? And it's something very practical, but sometimes you don't look at it like that. And it's not that maybe the other person's not an entrepreneur or they're not interested. They just may not be interested right now. And maybe you want to run, you want to shoot, go after your goals. Time is of the essence. So, it depends on how your relationship is set up. But when you talk about those riches, that relationship portion is critical, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely, absolutely. So your relationship capital is so critical. Your relationship capital can turn into your financial capital, man. I'm telling you. So, you definitely want to check out what we're doing over at confidencefactor.com. I have a couple of fellas that's already signed up. I know we only have a few more seats left because we're going to be getting started at the end of the month. So if you're interested, definitely go over to confidencefactor.com. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to put the questions in the comment section. And we'll get to answer those as well. But if you're looking to, fourth quarter, meet those goals going into the next year, 2023, then Unleash Your Riches is the place to be. Man, did I just rhyme? Y'all heard that rhyme? That rhyme came in. Yo, 2023, the place to be. Yeah, listen,
you got your gazelles on, so.
I got my gazelles on, man.
You got your gazelles on.
Having fun with it. So listen, we have a special guest, and we don't want to take too much time. We want to get this guest on the show because he has an amazing story and so much value that he needs to share to this community. So I'm excited to introduce our guest. So Rudy, take it away, my man. Definitely give us some context how we met this gentleman, of course, who he is, and we'll get this show started, brother.
Yes, sir. So I remember seeing this thing come across my screen with Eric Thomas having an event. And, I know when Eric Thomas puts on something, it's always something amazing. And so I went ahead and told the fellas, hey, man, we got to ride up. This is our first, one of our first, rather, events we get together and have some good time. And so we rode up there and met some incredible people. And one of the gentlemen that happened to be at that event is here with us tonight, live and direct. And let me tell you a little bit about him. He is the CEO and founder of, well, I'm not going to tell you because you'll know, of his company. He's an athlete turned school climate and culture specialist, highly sought after, multi-award winning international youth and school motivator, speaker, 3 times author, and educational consultant. He helps students connect to their dreams with their education and educators connect with their students using search-based strategies, components of SEL, and life experiences. His purpose in life is to motivate, inspire, and encourage. This gentleman is on fire, guys, and I'm excited to have him with us tonight because I think as Confidence Factor, we not only talk to the men, but we talk to the children of the men. And we talk to the men who understand that their kids are watching them as they execute, as they do different things in life, in their business, in their relationships, in their finances, and so on and so forth. And this guy, I believe, he's going to be able to shed some light into what he's seen, what is going on in the culture, but more importantly, how he personally has been impacting in his life. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Mr. Brad Butler, CEO Brad Butler II and Associate. What's going on, fam?
Hey, what's going on, family? How y'all doing?
Excellent. All right, brother. Welcome.
Pleasure to have you, man. Welcome.
Excited to have you here. Excited to have you here, man. Excited to have you here. Go ahead,
Thanks for answering the call, sir. I love your setup. I love your books. I see what's in the background. You know what I'm saying? Tell us a little bit about you, Brad.
In short, who is Brad Butler II? I'm literally just a guy who got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I got tired of not living in my purpose. I got tired of feeling like I had no purpose and that I was a jack of all trades and the master of none. I got tired of working, just a 9-to-5 that I felt like was meaningless and I wasn't actually serving my people, helping my community the way that I should. I'm one of those people where I can't stand to see injustice no matter what shape or form it turns up in. And I feel like if I'm not going to do anything about it, then I can't complain about it. And I was going to say something about it. So that meant I had to do something about it. And the biggest shift for me was definitely one day I got to the point where I was so low and things were so bad that I felt like I didn't want to go to sleep because I didn't want to wake up.
Wow.
And once I got into rock bottom and I hit that point, I said, something's got to change. I got to do something that's purposeful in my life. And that's when I started making some real big transitions in my life. So in short, I'm literally just a guy who realized that I was not about to go to my grave, not living in my purpose.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And as a result of that, what has been some of the shift that you've had to do, or maybe some things you've had to endure in making those changes, right? Because sometimes we know that we want to make changes. We see that, yeah, I need to do this. I need to lose weight. I need to eat better. I need to have a better job. But it's the execution of it all. And it's the resistance that comes oftentimes that knocks us back down. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So as you stated earlier, I am a professional educational consultant. I do not have a 9-to-5. I work full time. Traveling from school to school, universities, corporations, doing keynote presentations, workshops, professional development. That is what I do. That's what I bleed. And the way that I was able to get to that point was I said that I had to humble myself and I needed to ask for help, right? Because in order for me to attain something that I've never had before, I'm going to have to do some things that I've never done before. So for me, that came in the form of seeking out mentorship and also investing in myself financially. Financially investing in myself, spending the money that I did not necessarily have. Or let me rephrase that, because there's so many people out there who love to claim broke. They love to claim that they're broke and that they don't have resources, but yet they somehow find a way every single 2 weeks to blow their paycheck all over the weekend at somebody's club. Right? But yet somehow you broke. Okay, I get it, bro. Stay there then, you know? And I realized that, and the reason why I say it with so much confidence, passion, and conviction is because I was that person. I was saying, oh, I'm broke. But bro, you just spent $20 on a bottle or this, that, or the other. Or you know what I mean? I was that dude. So I'm like, nah, bro, I can't do that no more. So I just changed my thought pattern. I started getting around individuals who were doing the things that I wanted to do. And I stopped making excuses. You know, when they told me to do something, I did it. You know, I didn't make any, qualms about it. Like, oh man, you just saying that because it's that, or it's easy for you because you have. Last time I checked, anybody who is truly successful that we tend to, look up to, there's a story behind it. There's some type of adversity that's behind it. And I'm no different from anybody else. So for me, literally, the day that I decided that I was going to turn my life around, and I was going to be a motivational speaker, and I'm going to change the world, and I'm going to help out all these people, and there's never be another student out there who dealt with the same situation I dealt with again. Boy, I remember it like it was yesterday. My father gave me a call and said, "Hey, Brad, can you go to the store and get some dish detergent real quick?" I said, "Yeah, no problem, Dad. I got you. No problem. I'm working my 9 to 5. I got some money. I can afford some dish detergent." You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even like, I didn't even go to like get the big bottle. I mean, I got the little bottle. So we good. Yo, what's up? So I go up in the store and I put my little stuff on the counter and they ring it up. And then they say, "Oh, good, cash your card." "Oh, card. Here you go. Go ahead and swipe the card." They swipe the card and they, "Excuse me, Mr. Butler, your card has been declined." "Oh, no, it hasn't. Not over $3.99. It hasn't been declined." "That card again, ma'am." She said, I'll try it again. Wipe. You know how they do wipe.
Right. Like that's gonna make a difference, right?
Right? Like that's gonna make a difference. Swipe it again. "Mr. Butler, I'm so sorry. It was declined again." Okay. So good thing I had cash on me. So otherwise that would have been even more embarrassing. Paid with the cash, stepped outside real quick, hopped on the phone, called my bank. Come to find out, oh, Brad, you owe $16,000 over a situation that you co-signed on trying to help out somebody, and they didn't make good on their end, so that all falls on your shoulders now. So yeah, we're gonna need our money expeditiously. And they wiped out my entire account. So I was working a 9 to 5. I'm talking about I'm putting 40 or more hours in, and I'm getting my money in my account, and they garnished my account. I no longer was able to have a bank account, and no other bank would touch me. They wouldn't allow me to have a bank account because I owed so much money and it was being garnished. So every time a direct deposit would come into the account, they take the money right out. So I was stuck in, between a rock and a hard place. So even when like I needed help, and like I asked my mom, Mom, could you help me out? Like I'm trying this, and that. She said, no problem. Okay, I can send you. I'll send you $50, and they'll send it. They'll take it. I'm like, so how can I pay you back? And you taking everything I need to live. Like I got to drive to work, and you know what I mean? Like, so one of the biggest issues that I dealt with, and one of the biggest forms of adversity that I knew I had to deal with, the fact that when there's adversity, trauma, struggle that pops up, the best thing that you can do in that situation is actually face it instead of running away from it. So what I did in that moment was I picked up my phone once again and I called the bill collectors. And I called them. I said, hey, this is Brad Butler. I know y'all been looking for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured I'd call y'all this time. We need to work something out. Right. Because we can't do this whole situation where I can't have a bank account because I got dreams and aspirations and things I plan on doing with my life. I'm not about to let you get in the way of that. So whatever we got to do, however we got to work this out, let's figure it out. But just stop doing what you're doing to my account, making it seem like I'm some type of criminal or something like that. Give me that back. Allow me to actually put money in my account and do what I need to do. And we can make this thing rock and roll. And I'll pay you back weekly, bi-weekly, whatever it is that you need. We'll figure it out. But I need to be able to do what I need to do. I need to feel like, I'm a man in this situation. You're not about to just take from me.
Right.
So that was how it actually ended up starting. That was literally the first week or two of me saying that I'm going to be a motivational speaker and I'm going to be one of the best in the industry. Boom. No problem. You sure? Let's find out. Let's find out if you really want this. Now, I was able to get through that situation, and I'm, to God be the glory. I'm glad to tell you that that debt has been paid back a long time ago, right? A couple years ago, I paid that thing back. And the crazy thing is, I started speaking in the midst of while that was going on.
Wow!
So nobody knew. Nobody knew. They had no idea that I was in debt like that, and I was struggling with the bank accounts. And one of the best people who came into my life at that time was a gentleman by the name of Kendall Ficklin. Kendall Ficklin from New Jersey. He's out in Atlanta now. Great dude. I call him Pop because he really helped to shift my mindset. You ever saw or read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad? Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Like Robert Kiyosaki. Like I have my own biological father who's been in my life, and I love my father to death. But Rich Dad Poor Dad, that was me, my father, and Pop. Kendall Ficklin. Kendall Ficklin stepped in, and I was like, yo, that's Rich Dad right there. He showed me how to get it together and fix it and do it the right way. And, I talked to him because somebody introduced me to him and said, hey, bro, you want to be a speaker, right? Well, he's the guy who can coach you and get you moving in the right direction. So I called him up, said, what's up, bro? How do I do this? He said, all right, no problem. I can coach you. I've been trained by the guru, E.T. the hip hop preacher. I've been trained by him, went through Game Changers and all that. So I can teach you the game, how to get this right. I said, cool. What's it going to cost? He's like, don't worry. Now, at the time, so don't y'all call up Kendall and you're going to get this price.
Right.
Don't do it. You're going to get your little feelings hurt. Right. But at the time, I said, how much is it going to cost? He said, listen, it's going to be $50 a month. All right. For me to coach you in my community. I'm going to provide all the information that you need to get you rocking and rolling. I said, oh, man, and ain't that the worst when somebody give you a good deal and you still feel like you can't mess with it? Hey, listen, bro, I got these 2 Lamborghinis outside for you right now. All I need is 2 racks. You can have them, bro. You like, man, if I had, I get that. Right? That's the worst. When you have a great situation, a great opportunity that's right there in your hands and you let it slip through your fingers like water. Why? Because you tricked yourself into thinking that you couldn't have it. So immediately I was like, oh man, like I broke down my story to him. Yo, man, I'm dealing with this, that, and the other. Man, they got my account. I can't keep no money in it. I would do it, but I can't. He was like, well, Brad, that's what they made green dot cards for. For people who, they don't have a bank account and they're struggling. Yo, bro, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run the play right now. Go down to Walmart, put your last $50 on that Walmart green dot card. And then you read those numbers to me, we get it rocking and rolling. We're going to do it right there and then. I was like, all right, cool. I'm trusting you on this. And then we ran it, and that's how we did it. And that's how we did it for the next couple months. It was just all on the green dot card. And the crazy thing about it is now, like my platinum business card, I keep the green dot card right behind it because I never want to forget from where I started.
Pause for a second, Brad. I got questions, man. I got questions. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm like Staples. You got questions, I got answers.
I got questions, brother. I got questions. Being a motivational speaker is amazing, and being able to inspire people is one of the for me is one of the greatest gifts in the world. My question to you is, why education? Why, you could have gone corporate, you could have gone this, that. What is the educational piece that's gotten you so fired up about kids and educators that puts you in this space today?
The funny thing is, I primarily work in the educational space, but I've done corporate work with, Verizon, Mass Mutual, a couple other different companies like that. I've also done sports, sports teams and things like that. All great. But I chose to stick with the educational system because that was the area that broke my heart the worst. It hurt me so bad. It left me with so much pain and trauma, so much fear and anxiety. And I'm one of those people where I can't stand living in fear. I can't stand it. Like I was one of those kids, and I'm not telling anybody to do this out there if you're young or whatever. I was that dude that I was like, yo, I'll punch you in the face first because I'm scared. And because I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't take the tension. I can't take the anxiety of this situation. You picking on me, you pushing me, you bothering me. I'm gonna beat you up after school. No, we're gonna rock now. And let's get, and we're gonna figure out how. Now, I'm not advocating violence.
Right.
My father was from the old school, so it just was what it was. But my thing was, I had to learn how to face my fears head on. And the educational system was one of the things that caused so much trauma and pain for me because I was made to feel like education was not for me. And I was not capable of learning. I was not capable of being intelligent and retaining information like others and being able to verbalize my thoughts properly. So that was the reason why I doubled down on it and was like, if I can do it, if someone like me coming from the community that I came from, my past, my trauma, right, my issues that I dealt with, if I could do it, I know that I could help somebody else that just needs a little, like just a push in the right direction. You just need a little bit of motivation. I might get up there and just raise my voice one time. They'll be, I'm ready. I can do it. Now, me, on the other hand, I needed a whole lot more coaxing because there was so much trauma that happened in the past that I had to it took a whole lot of guidance and mentorship from others to let me know that, Brad, no, you are gifted. You are talented. You can do this. You are smart. Like, get rid of the imposter syndrome. You have imposter syndrome. There's nothing wrong with you. You've already proved on more than one occasion that you are capable of achieving excellence. I need you to recognize it. So that is what I try to instill in all the students. Before you even get to the point, I'm trying to catch you while you're in elementary and middle school, right? I'm trying to catch you there. So it's like before they even get a chance to instill some negativity in your mind, you know that Brad Butler II came here and told you that you are more than capable of doing whatever it is that your heart desires, right? And I don't care what it is. I tell people all the time, I get it. It's some of the teachers and some people out there that say, y'all forget about TikTok and don't do that and don't do this. I'm like, listen, if you want to do TikTok, dance all day, right? But here's what I need you to do. Create a strategy. Create a business strategy and a plan around it so that it will be able to take care of you and your family. Use the education that you're going to build and learn while you're in school so it can benefit you with your dreams and goals that you have in the future. Because ain't nobody about the book, ain't nobody about the sign, ain't nobody about to work with, ain't nobody about the draft, no dummies. So if you don't know basic mathematics, reading, comprehension, if you don't know those things, you're going to have a real problem on your hand. So that's why I was like, you know what, I want to go into that area and love on these students and help them to recognize that there's greatness inside of them. And listen, all we need to do is coax them just enough for them to start bringing it out. All they need is a little confidence. You ever seen some of these kids out here? They got so much confidence. You ain't got to. I'm like, yo, you ain't even getting the game yet. Why are you so confident?
Right.
They don't care. So all you need is just a little bit of confidence to move you in the right direction. Like you get a math problem, I'm like, hey, my guy, you was a genius. I didn't know you had it like that. They like, oh shoot, I can do math. Mom, I can do math. Like, that's all they need.
Yeah. You talked about trauma, Brad, and I want you to highlight that for a second, because here's the thing. We know that a lot of the community that we speak to one of the things we talk about a lot is sometimes you see people operating in their age, if you will, 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s sometimes, but mentally they're still stuck in that 8, 9, 10-year-old. They're still stuck in that trauma that they went through when they were around that age. So can you highlight for us one of the traumas that you had to deal with that you had to overcome, that pretty much was one of the things that now moving, fast forward to your life now, that you're able to help other kids deal with in the same manner?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest traumas that I've ever had to deal with, and in some way, shape, and form, like sometimes I still sporadically might deal with it here and there. I might catch myself like, Brad, what? You are 34 years old. You are not in that space.
Right.
You are not dealing with it. You have surpassed that by so many levels. If you don't get your mind right, and get focused. When I was around 8 years old, I moved from the urban community of Jersey City to the suburban community of East Windsor, New Jersey. And about 2 weeks into the school system, I got thrown into special ed classes. I'd never been in special ed classes before, but they felt like this would be the best option. Really what it was is that, they didn't want to help me to catch up, because the curriculum was different. Like, I get it. It was. The curriculum was slower over in Jersey City than it was in East Windsor. If you look at East Windsor and their educational system and their statistics, they do pretty well, as far as their educational platform. So I could see how they were like, we don't want this little black boy to come over here and mess up our numbers, right? Because we got tests that we got to give, standardized tests that we got to give every year. He ain't going to make it, right? And said, let's go ahead and put him in special ed classes. So that's what ended up happening. I ended up in special ed classes. I stayed there. And it was a culture shock. I was also dealing with my parents separating. I was dealing with the fact that I'm a black male in a predominantly Caucasian community. I have braids, you know what I'm saying? I'm wearing Timbs. My dialect is different. My vocabulary is different. And everything was just confusion for me. So on top of me being as confused and stressed out and the anxiety that I was dealing with on my own personal life, I then now have you telling me that I'm not smart. I'm not smart enough to be in your standardized classes. So now we're going to put you in these classes where there's like 8 kids, right? And like a paraprofessional and a special ed teacher in there. And then I'm seeing the same teachers over and over again. Like, I'm just fatigued. My mind is fatigued by seeing the same people over and over again. They're watering everything down. I'm like, I know what that word means. Like, stop saying it like that. Like, I don't need your help. No, I don't. I do not need to guide my finger across the page and read like that. I know how to read. Leave me alone. Like, I'm just not at the level that you want me to be at. But if you help me and work with me, I bet you I could get there. But that's not how that things went. And I ended up being stuck in those classes, and it was what it was. And I struggled with it. I ended up graduating from high school in special ed classes. I'm sorry. I wish I had, the story to tell you where it's like, oh, wow, I made it. And then breakthrough moment happened and I made it and I got out. It never happened.
Wow.
It didn't happen. No, I graduated from high school in special ed classes. And then from there, I went on, to attend college because I felt like I could do it. I believe that I could do it. It wasn't necessarily something that, where I had a whole bunch of support. I had my immediate family. My mom, she went on to get her master's degree and she bounced back from a lot of trauma that she dealt with. And I believe that if my mother was able to do it and if my father was able to keep a steady job and do well in his career, that some of that excellence was inside of me, and I had to be able to just bring it out and show it to people. I needed the opportunity to do it, and me going to a community college right 2 weeks after graduating from high school, I felt it was the best way for me to do it.
Wow, man, that's awesome. That is truly awesome. I love the story of the fact that you even though you had to continue on in that journey even after high school, but yet you said, you know what? Regardless of what happened in the past, I still got to move forward. I still got to, continue on this journey of growing and developing. And I think that's really important. So let's talk about today. Let's talk about where Brad is right now. What are you doing? What are you up to? What's going on in your world? Let's talk about that for a sec.
Well, Yeah, I'm still a full-time speaker. I still travel and speak and do my thing across the country. I love what I do. I wouldn't have it any other way. I've been trained by some of the best in the industry. I've been trained by Dr. Eric Thomas. I went through his Game Changers program. I currently work with Jeremy Anderson, who is dominating the industry in the educational field. And I'm so blessed to be able to work with him in the next level community as one of the coaches to be able to help train the next generation of speakers that are going to be coming up as well. As of right now, I've kind of slowed down on the speaking engagements that I've been doing for the last couple of months because I actually have a baby on the way. So yeah, so August 20th, my baby is due. Baby Butler is going to be here August 20th, and we're literally just waiting on them to arrive. So
Congrats.
That is my main focus right now. I am still booking speaking engagements, for the future. Like I have some coming up for like the end of the month that I'm going to be doing. Some professional development with some of the districts and things like that. And I'm just booking stuff for later on down the line. But right now, I'm just kind of living in the moment, being there for my wife, whatever she needs, and making sure that the baby is healthy and safe. But
is this your first?
Yes, this is my first.
Oh man, congrats, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
And you also have a book, or you have several books too, right?
Yes, I have 3 books. One is a physical book, and the other 2 are digital books.
Okay.
So the first book that I wrote was called Pain, Passion, Purpose, which is right behind me. Pain, Passion, Purpose is literally just a story about my life, my upbringing, some of the people in my life, the characters who raised me and built me into the man that I am today, and the catalyst that caused me to go into the motivational field and make this a whole life career.
Hey,
awesome,
Brad,
question from the audience. So go ahead, guys.
Yeah, we have a question from the audience. I'll go ahead and read that. But I also wanted to ask the question. I simply wanted to let everyone know we here in Confidence Factor, we're speaking to Brad Butler II. He's a motivational speaker, and he's been sharing his story, his transformational story of how he, of course, went to special ed, dealt with challenges in his life, and giving us the ingredients, some of the things that he's gone through, and some of the ways in which he's been able to transform or overcome some of those obstacles. So one of the questions, Brad, from the audience, before we actually talk about, I want you to get into how we master our craft for success and happiness and how you've been teaching the students to do so. We have a question from the audience says, do you remember the first time you spoke in front of a large crowd, and how did you feel?
Yeah. So the first time I spoke in front of a large crowd, it was about, I want to say about 600 people. 600 people, and I felt like I always do. So whether it's one person or it's 1,000, it makes no difference to me. It doesn't bother me. I know there are some people who have stage fright. I wasn't born with that. I don't have that. I've never experienced stage fright. Now it doesn't mean that I don't get nervous, have a little bit of butterflies before I speak, but that's because I want to deliver a message that is going to help to impact and change people's lives. That means something to me. But it's not fear. So I've never really had a issue with stage fright. And there's also strategies and techniques that you can use when you're on stage to keep you from dealing with stage fright.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Appreciate you answering that question. So we're here to talk about specifically how to master your craft for success and fulfillment, right? So you've been talking to students, you've been educating students, really helping them to, build confidence. And I listened to one of your talks, and you were specifically talking about mastering your craft. So can you give us kind of some steps or your formula, if you will, or your idea around mastering craft, and why that is so critical and important to grow yourself and also your business?
Yeah, so as far as mastering your craft, I think, and this is something that I actually incorporate in pretty much all of my presentations that I have for my students that I speak to, because I feel like it's so important for them, and it's really simple. Like, it's funny how things can be so simple but difficult to actually execute on, if that makes sense. So they're called my ABCs for success. So the ABCs for success is simple. The A is for awareness. And the awareness literally just means knowing where you are and where you want to be, right? Where you currently are at and where you want to be, and what work it's going to take in order for you to get to that level. So most people know that it takes about 10,000 hours for you to master a craft, right? Once you do about work on a certain thing for about 10,000 hours, it starts to become muscle memory. So if you see athletes, you see people like Steph Curry where they shoot a three and he makes it, he doesn't even have to look. Why? Muscle memory. His hands, his fingers, the release, the ball, the placement, everything is muscle memory. So when I get on stage and I'm speaking, I'm getting repetitions and I'm practicing, I'm doing rep calls and things like that. That's all practice. That's just building my muscle memory so that my words come out clear and crisp, clean, and I know exactly how I want to finish my sentences. I know where I'm going when I'm speaking. Like, so I'm not speaking in circles. Like, you ever heard that before? You ever heard people where they're talking on stage and they're speaking and then they're kind of going around in a circle and they're like, oh, okay, they're about to land this plane. And then they rev that thing right back up again. Like, close. You had us. Close. Now I'm mad. This is it went from this being a really good presentation or a really good situation to now I'm mad that I came here, right? Because you don't know how to close. So little things like that. So awareness, that's the first thing. The second one is begin. There's so many people who are so talented. I promise you, there's so many people out there that are way more talented than me, way more gifted than me. They got more resources, more money. I promise you, if they started today, they could get on. They'll get a TEDx, TED Talk. They'll get all this money, all this stuff getting thrown their way, but they just won't start. They just won't begin. They're so worried. They're so scared. There's so many people in the graveyard right now who would have been phenomenal speakers, would have been phenomenal in their gift, but they were just too scared to start. Scared of what people are going to say about them, what they're going to think. They're getting in their own head. The imposter syndrome, we talked about that before. Their confidence is low because they didn't heard all these different things about them or past mistakes that they done made. So they, well, I can't because of this. Man, forget all that. Give it a try. Just see what life is like on the other side. Like, here's my thing. I travel. Like, I'm on planes. I hop on planes and I got to travel to go to different schools, different places to speak and stuff like that. Most people did not know that I had never been on a plane until I met my wife. It was only a couple years ago that I got on my first plane.
Wow.
And I'm talking about my wife be scary. Like, I can just pop out, but the side of the room or something like that. Oh God. Oh. And I can do it to her 3 times in one day and she still won't get used to it. It's just like, but you still getting scared? Oh, I'm sorry. You frightened me. So I'm like, if she can get on a plane, I gotta get on a plane. I'm like, I'm really one of those people where I was like, yo, man, I got to get on the other side of fear. I got to. So the first couple of times that I got on a plane, I would sit on, in the aisle, right? Or in the middle. I wouldn't sit by the window. Or if I had to sit by the window, I would close the window, right? So I wouldn't have to see outside the window. I think it was the last, 2 or 3 times, whatever, that I got on a plane. I was like, I can't take this. I can't live in fear like this. So I forced myself to sit at the window seat, open the window and watch the plane on the runway take off, go into the air, go up through the clouds, and continue to watch until we got to the autopilot point, or we got to above 30,000 feet above the clouds and everything. I forced myself to do that because I can't take the anxiety, I can't take the stress of not knowing, of not dealing with this. Like, I don't like things having control over me like that. And then they were like, okay, we're getting ready to descend. We're about to land. Okay, window up again. I got to watch us descend, go all the way down. And I'm going to watch us all the way until the plane hits the ground because I can't take anything having control over me like that. After that, I was like, this was the best plane ride of my life. Why? Because I faced it and I dealt with it. Why? Because I just began. I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to see this thing through. And the last one is C for consistency. C is for consistency because there's so many people that start and stop. Like, it's like, come on, man. Like, what we doing? We going to do this or not? Like, I can't stand a lukewarm person. It's like, bro, either you in this with me or you not. I'm cool with you not being with me, but I can't take the lukewarm and the sometimes support and the sometimes help. If we gonna do this, let's do it. We gotta be all in. If we not, bro, just go over there and do something else. But don't waste my time because my heart and soul, my spirit is in this. I live and die by what I do. So I don't need anybody over here who's still thinking about if they want to be a part of this, thinking about they want to be in the industry, thinking about if they really want to help people. Just think of that question in your mind. I think I might want to help people. Please go. Please go. I don't have time for that. So consistency was probably one of the biggest ones because of the fact that listen, if you're persistent, you'll get it. But if you're consistent, you'll keep it. I don't think, like, a lot of people miss that. They don't get that. Like, if you're persistent, you can get whatever you want in this world. You can get it. My thing is, I'm impressed if you can keep it. I'm not impressed by you getting it. Like, I've seen many people get married. I've not seen many people stay married. That's where I'm at. I'm one of those people where, like, if I'm gonna do something, I don't want to just attain it. I want to keep it. So I didn't want to just start my business and then go out of business, because you know how the statistics go, between 3 to 5 years, you out of business.
Yep.
I'm still here. Why? Because I dedicated myself to this thing. I said, come hell or high water, we're gonna find a way to make this thing work.
Mm-hmm.
My guy, Nehemiah Davis, he said it has to work or it has to work. That's it. That's my only two options. Like, I drive my wife crazy because I'm really one of them people where I'll be like, I made a decision.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to talk about. Well, how are we going to listen? The who, what, where, and how doesn't matter when you know what your why is.
Yeah.
None of that other stuff matters. The universe will pretty much get out your way once you make a firm and steadfast decision that I'm going to do this and I'm going to see this thing through no matter what happens. And that does not necessarily mean that I succeed at it. It just means that I finish what I said I was going to start. That's probably one of the biggest lessons my father has ever taught me in my life. I told him that I wanted to play football. He said, okay, cool. I don't have a problem with you doing that. How much does it cost? I said, it costs $100 for the registration. He said, all right, cool. We got the money. I'll give you the $100. Here's my thing. If I find out that you quit, me and you are going to have a problem, because we don't quit in this family. So if you're going to do this, you're going to see that you're going to play in every game. You're going to be at every practice. We're going to see, I will buy your cleats, your gloves, whatever it is that you need in order for you to be successful. But you are going to see this thing all the way through. I said, well, you ain't raised no quitter, so we ain't got no problems with that. Let's rock. And ever since, I don't quit nothing. Why? Kobe said it best. If you quit once, it'll turn into a habit. If you quit once, it'll turn into a habit. I'm like, listen, I don't like no bad habits like that. I can't. That's like, it's like something crawling on me. You quit? Right. What you mean you quit? What's the alternative?
That's good.
You quit. So now what? You had something that had a benefit for you, that was leading up to something for you in the future, and you didn't stick with it because it was hard? No. You don't quit because it's hard. That's not a reason to quit. And listen, I get it. I get where some people come from. You are dealing with some serious circumstances in your life that where most people would understand if you quit. Somebody died. Somebody got sick. You got hurt. This, that, and the other. I get it. But when I look around and I start thinking about things along the lines of possibility and probability, listen, that was probably, I hate statistics. I hate math. It was my worst subject. I'm being honest with y'all, right? But the best class I probably took in college was statistics. Why? Because I learned about possibility and probability. Now, all the other stuff in the class I can't tell you about. But that right there, possibility and probability, greatest thing I probably ever learned. Why? Possibility just means is a thing possible. Can you achieve a certain thing? Can a certain thing happen? So when I start looking at certain things and I say, can I achieve this? Can I achieve that? Is it possible? And I see that there's other people who have been successful. That tells me that that possibility is clear. Now, the next thing is probability. And probability just means what is the likelihood of you being successful with the thing? Well, the only way that you increase the probability of doing something is by being consistent. That's it. That's the only way. There is no trick. There is no secrets. It's only systems. There's no secrets out there. People are looking for a secret to success. There is none. There is no secrets out there. It's just systems that you need to have in place that will put you where you need to be so that you'll get the success that you're looking for. And I would say you're going to have a little bit of discipline as well. Discipline will take you a long way, right? I like integrity and discipline and consistency will get you into some rooms that degrees won't.
Oh, man, you dropped the big line right there, man. It says there's no secret to success. There's systems. And I know Lamont has a question, but I want you to kind of talk about that a little bit. Can you talk about the importance of having the system? Because a lot of people think, oh, I just focus on the outcome, but it's about the process. Why system? First of all, what is a system and why is that so important?
Yeah, I had to learn this the hard way. I'm one of those dudes. I'm big energy. I'm just like, yo, I am an entertainer by its definition. I'm really one of those dudes where I'm like, please, you can just give me the microphone and get out the way. I got you covered. I promise I'm gonna make you look good. Just tell me what the topic is, what's the theme. I got you. I done made up stuff in 5 minutes before I got on stage, and people was like, yo, he must have took all week for him. No, 5 minutes. That's the gift that God gave me. I'm sorry, it just is what it is, right? He gave me that. He did not give me the ability to do algebra really well. I'm sorry. It's not fair. It's that we're not all created equal. It just is what it is, right? But I had to put systems in place for myself because of the fact that I struggle with detail. I am a big picture person. I'm thinking about the future, where I'm going. I have the vision for the business, the vision of where I want things to go. But without having the details and without having the structure in order, you can't get there. And my wife will kick my back in all the time about that because she is the structure person. She is the detail person. So when I'm like, we're going here, and she's like, cool. With what money? And how we gonna get there? And what we doing there? Why we going there? I'm like, okay, 21 questions. And I ain't got the answers. And if you can't answer one of them questions, we got a problem and we ain't going. I'm like, man, you messed up my whole, like, I had an epiphany. My epiphany told me to go. Like, it said, go. It said, no, but we need a plan. We need a structure, Brad. And I really learned that I needed a structure and a plan because when the pandemic hit, and I realized that I was booking all of my speaking engagements based on my personality. My big personality. Because when you see me in person, you see me on stage, you're like, oh, I want him. I like that. He got everybody involved. Like for 60 minutes, he was able to hold all these students' attention. For 60 minutes, this was not a boring professional development. For 60 minutes, this was a good workshop, something like to make us think, and we got to move around it. Pay the man. Pay him. But when everything shut down and I couldn't give you that anymore in person, I'm like, oh, everything's virtual now. I got to get used to this, that, and the other. I got to get my emails together. Oh, a CRM. I got to get what's the CRM? What's that? What's that? Chips? Probably. What that for? Like CRM? What we doing? The alphabet? That ain't right. So I'm like, okay, I got to get a CRM. I need what? SOPs. What's the cool cussing? What? I'm like, all right. So I got to get SOPs in order and this, that, and all right. I need somebody to book a booking manager. Oh Lord, like okay, negotiate. Why we negotiate? All right, man. And so we got an email campaign. So a lot of them, not just one at a time. Okay, because you do about 5 emails in a row. You be like, I'm tired. I'm done. Ooh, I'm trying to make a sandwich, bro. And like, all right, so you need to get an email campaign, and you need to have these things in place. You have to have a contract. You have to have your invoices in order and your W-9s. Right, you gotta have all this stuff. Oh, you have to do your taxes. Oh Lord, I almost smacked this mic over talking about doing my taxes. So I had to do my taxes this year. I about lost my mind. Doing business taxes is way different from personal taxes. So any of y'all out there who's thinking about being an entrepreneur and you're like, oh, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. I'm gonna go out there and do business. Yeah, when tax time come around, you have to account for all those expenses. And if you don't have a system in place that puts that in order for you, you are going to have receipt by receipt. You don't want to live that life. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So you have to have your systems in order because what it will do is it will save you time and money, right? And make your life a whole lot easier. And if you're a creative like myself, it allows you to have the freedom in your mind to be as creative as you're supposed to be able to go out there on stage and come up with different things and put together videos and whatever it takes to make your business thrive. But without the micro situations in place, the macro won't work.
Beautiful stuff, man. Well said. Well said. Well said. Well, Lamont, I know that you had a question. I know we have about 1 minute left. Maybe I have to throw you in your question really quick before we go.
Yeah. Hold on. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
You can hear me. Okay, cool. So first of all, I just want to honor you, man, because you shared a lot, right? You shared the ABCs. Let me make sure I made this right. Access is A.
Awareness.
Awareness is A. Begin, consistent, ABC, right? You
Yep.
also talked about persistent. You get it, but consistency, you keep it.
Right.
We talked about if you quit, it can become a habit. So all those things, those nuggets you drop. Here's my question for you, and it's something that I think a lot of times we overlook. But I noticed when you were at the 360 Man conference, you were in service.
Yeah.
So can you speak really quickly to the importance of how does being in service and mastering your craft work together? Because I think it's really important.
Yeah, because you have to have a spirit of servitude, especially in the industry that I'm in. It's got to be about the people. It's got to be about helping. And you've never, and I've heard my guy Jeremy Anderson. He said it before. He's like, I've never heard of somebody going broke because they gave too much. Right? They served too much. That's what put them in the poorhouse. No. You were immature with your money. That's what put you in the poorhouse. Right? So I've always looked at it as, anytime I'm given the opportunity to be a blessing, to serve, then I'm going to give more than what I asked for, right? So I know that when I go to these conferences and I'm a part of the team, I'm helping out. I don't have to pay for a ticket to be there. But, obviously I pay for my flight, my hotel, whatever that might be. But I get so much information from the speakers that are going to be there, the wealth of knowledge for the gurus that are going to be there. I try to make sure I do everything in my power to make sure that event runs smoothly, right? I try to I catch things before it even happens. Like at the 360 event, most people didn't even know there was a person who had a seizure on my side. I was one of the first person right there. Boom, let's get him up, bring him to the side. Boom, we out there. EMTs come in. Boom, they got him.
That was right in front of me.
Yeah, okay.
That was right in front of me.
And that whole situation happened in probably 5 minutes or less. We got him in over to the side with the EMT. My man was good. Got him something to eat, something to drink. We were back swinging. We never missed a beat. We never missed a beat because I'm like not on my clock. Not when I'm here. Not when I'm working. Like, this is my side. Like, they put their responsibility in my hands to take care of the people who are coming in to be seated, the VIPs, the standard seats, the friends and family. So when Eric Thomas and Didi and his wife Didi was coming in, and their family, and Jeremy and everybody that's a part of his crew, when they're coming in, B. Simone, when Tabitha Brown and her family, and they coming in, I make sure that they people are taken care of, and I show them the same amount of love and grace that they showed me. So when the ETA family shows love to me, when the Next Level family shows love to me, anybody that comes in that's a part of that family that shows love, I'm gonna make sure that you taken care of just like you, my own mother and father. Y'all good. Like, I'm gonna take care of you like as if you were my friends, my family, my sister, my siblings. Why? My kids. Why? Because I would want somebody to do that for me. I'm already being blessed by having the opportunity to be here and soak up all this information, and you're not charging me for that. So, bro, I'm just gonna go all out, make sure y'all got everything y'all need, and we good to go. And because of that, I've been a part of the ETA family and Next Level family for years now. So anytime there's an opportunity for me to come up and be there, they're like, yo, is B-Rad gonna be there? Because we need him to take care of the VIP and take care of the seating and all that stuff. I'm like, if I'm there, I got you. And then I pick my team, I get my people together. Yo, you got this, you got that, blah, blah, blah. Hey, make sure you on this. And I make sure we a well-oiled machine because I'm not finna fail.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
No, you got it. And thank you for coming to the conference.
Awesome stuff, man. Listen, Brad, we appreciate you and honor you, brother. You dropped so many gems tonight. How to master your craft. Love the ABCs. For guys that's listening on the sound of a voice, Brad shared some amazing nuggets. So be sure to take a lot of the principles and the nuggets he shared and execute. Now, that's one thing he talked about too, the importance of executing, and not just executing, but executing consistently, right? That's so critical. So we're going to close out the show. We appreciate our guests. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate your questions. I know we have an inspiration injection by the Dr. Bobby B. So we're going to put it over to the doctor so he can go ahead and give us the inspiration injection before we go ahead and close it out. But we want to again thank you so much to Brad Butler, the second Mr. Motivator, educator to the youth. Thank you. Appreciate it. And before he
goes out, Brad, hold up that book for me. I would like to, if you could put it to the camera. I mean, you know, it's for our audience, but it's for me too. I'm all right, perfect. And how can we, how the people who are interested in getting this book or connecting with you, Brad, how can they do that? What's the best? Somebody's looking to book you or get the book or even book you or just stay in contact because you said something that resonated and they're like, man, I got to get a hold of this guy. Where can they find me?
Yeah, no problem. The best way to contact me if you're looking to book me or even if you want to grab the book, you know, my team will ship it out to you. It's www.bradbutler2.com. That is, once again, www.bradbutler2.com. And if you just want to stay connected through social media, then you can head over to Instagram, and that's Brad Butler the second, which is Brad Butler, spelled that out, the THE, the number 2 ND, Brad Butler the second.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on the show, sharing with us the ABCs. And again, there was awareness. For those of you who missed it, was awareness, begin, and consistency. So we appreciate you. That book, again, is called, let me make sure I read it right. It's Pain, Passion, Purpose. Pain, Passion, Purpose, the book you wrote. You guys can pick that up and check it out. We appreciate you guys joining us tonight. So many people responded. We had so many comments. I don't think we got to everyone tonight, but we appreciate you guys for contributing tonight. And I want to hit you with tonight's inspiration injection. Tonight's inspiration injection is: riches begin in the form of thought. The amount of money is limited only by the person in whose mind the thought is put into motion. Faith removes limitation. That's from Think and Grow Rich, the book. We appreciate you guys for joining us. We want to let you guys know, remember, in everything that you do, make sure that you guys keep it
high level.
See you guys next week.
Take care.